Hey guys, I'm the Sky Spire and welcome to a Mother 4 update. Today we're taking a look at update number 17, Working on the Railroad, and this one's really interesting, honestly, because Mother 4 is one of the greatest fan-made games being made out there, in my opinion. Now, it's good, it's great, man. There are, of course, a lot of ambiguous details that they want to keep hidden. You know, with any fan-made game, they don't really explode into all the details while the games are being made. Yet, there has been a couple of things that they've been giving us through these updates, which I'm really thankful for. We've gone through 16 of these guys, and you can probably tell from that I'm a little excited for. A little bit! But, we have actually a little bit of explanation for one of the more ambiguous things that they have constantly been bringing up. In the Mother series, there is sort of a sense of travel, I suppose. You think of the Sky Runner in Earthbound and Mother 3. Subsequently, I think of the whatever the icy mountain was in Mother 3, but basically there is that sort of theme, and going into that, Mother 4 has a lot of these railroad tracks going all over the place. We never really got the deal about the railroad tracks. We just, like, whenever we saw a new map, we usually also saw like a random railroad track just going from left to right, and we were like, what is a train doing here? So it's always been really ambiguous. We saw in the trailer, we saw a green train going across. There was one route where we saw green train wreckage. So here we have a whole update kind of based around that, but more along just maps and stuff. Hey everyone, tonight is a bit of a polish update with some work from a few of the guys. The word editing comes up a lot when thinking of this week's theme. So here we have, these ones on the right are the old versions and these are the new versions. I think these are just routes that are just placed in between cities, like Pokemon. So take the left, take like these top ones. We got like this, like you know, it's flat, and then you add in some higher up areas. That goes for both of these. There it is, this kind of thing. The edited versions are on the left. Our maps, especially our town maps, tend to be pretty big. Proportionally, they're only a bit larger than Earthbound's equivalents. But since our graphical style is larger as a whole, this carries over to our town design too. Our humble starting town of Bellring is 5,000 by 3,120 pixels. As a sense of scale, I might be completely wrong about this, but I think the first town in Earthbound, Wanette, I think it is a little less than 3,000 megapixels, a little less than 3,000 pixels by a little more than 3,000 pixels. So I think it's like 2,900 by 3,100 pixels, something like that. I don't think that's right because there is that little path in the bottom of Wanette that leads to Tucson, but something along those lines. Basically, I don't know if it goes all the way to 5,000. That's pretty dang huge. What winds up happening is the initial transit from sketch to tiled map is that we have a lot of negative space. Balancing this out between having clearly defined borders and paths while also keeping space for enemies is tough, but that's what Pig has been up to. These kind of improvements happen over time when we notice ways pre-existing routes can be made more interesting or efficient. Now he's talking about, let's see, balancing this out between having clearly defined borders and paths. Keeping space for enemies is tough. We know by that logic that enemies are still going to be in towns like those, we better get hippies. Okay, you know what? Maybe not, but I mean, like, they're bringing the Mr. Baddies back, which are a staple. The hippies, we got like the new age retro hippie in Mother 2 in Earthbound, but the hippies are a staple as well. And when I think of enemies in towns, I think of hippies. Anyone does. Anyone thinks of. I'm not gonna boast over that, but anyways. Basically, there's that, there's the cranky old man, there's the talkative lady, just random stuff, random enemies in towns that like really show the fact that they add character. That has they have that too. Now we're gonna come down here. It looks good here too. Hey, paths are off. Paths are useful for this work, so they're included in sketches. Also included are train tracks, which play an obvious role. They added another layer of making us ensure there's interesting scenery to watch while you ride the rails. In response to what some of you might be asking, yes, you can ride the rails. Here's a full transit from one city to another. This is a really long GIF, but I paused it at the beginning, and we're going to go through it. Here we go. Actually, I'll read this first. You've got to earn the right, though. Deluxe passes are expensive and good for 10 one-way trips. Of course, if you're strong enough, you can just walk along the rails, no problem. Assuming it'll be sort of like, Mother 3, where there was this one time in Chapter 5, or 7, I don't know. I'm saying 7 because, like, Chapter 7 was, like, half of Mother 3. But there was, or maybe it was 5. It might have been 5. One of those 2 chapters, there was basically this time where you did have to go on a train track and go to a different place. It was probably 5, since you went into the desert area. Yeah, and then you went to do the saucer thing going around. So, either way, basically, yeah, there was a really strong enemy on that railroad, which you could fight, I suppose. But preferably when you're stronger. Normally, just take the railroad, like walking. Yet, there is deluxe passes for 10 one-way trips, which I'm assuming, I mean, they're talking about how, like, deluxe passes, assuming there's also normal passes, which, like, you just buy right at the booth and you just take a trip somewhere. But then I guess there's no, I don't know, they'll come up with something. Even this is a trade-off. Would you want to spend a lot of money, or do you want to fight through tough enemies? That's a trade-off right there that they can go with. 10 one-way trips. The railroads, it's probably not one linear path, because the other series has never had a world that's just that. No. That is more of a, yeah, that's, nah. But the thing is, there probably is like a lot of different junction paths, and it's interesting thinking that these rails might go through like all of the major cities, considering this next part. 3 more train stations remain until the whole country of Pleiades is connected by rail, and with that we're pulling it to the end of this week's update. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again on the 29th, which is, oh god, we're getting so close to the end of school, man. It's May, it's the end of May, you know, that's the end of school. I think my school actually ends on this day right here, the 2nd, so that's gonna be fun! Oh god, anyways. So yeah, assuming that, what this means, the whole country of Pleiades is connected by rail, yeah, all the main cities might be connected by this railroad. Anyway, this is a really long GIF, so, let's take a look at it. I'm sorry I can't zoom in, but yeah. Hello, hey, there's a train bound for Union City, and since you've got a deluxe pass, we'll give you a ride. Beautiful, just so you know, that leaves you with 7 free trips. Alright. Hold on, actually, let me see if I tried opening this in, the website, but it didn't work. So what I'm gonna do is, let me do this. Hold on. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this. Oh, come on, work. Work with me. Oh, God, this probably looks ugly. Whoa. Okay, where are we? Where are we? God, this looks bad. Oh, hello. Sure, I'll go with this. Okay, what's your step now? Alright, from here. So, yeah, look at that. We're riding that green train. We're going through this cave, which we've seen before. We've seen this cave before. This linear cave. So, I mean, I feel like this connects. Also, interesting thing, Union City. I feel like we saw a place called Union City in the map of Pleiades. Interesting thing, Union City is a place in California. And, I don't know that because I looked it up. I know that because Susam used to live there. And I used to live there. And I used to go there every time I visit in California. I used to go there. They don't live there anymore, but, like, that was a place for us. Union City. I mean, I lived in like San Jose and San Francisco. I lived in Mountain View. I lived like all over California. I'm a born-bred California city boy. I'm getting off topic. Basically, Union City's a place, but it's more there to. You can't really like name a city without, you know, also copying the name of something else in real life. Or yes, you can, but. Something like that, so one of those more generic names, it's really easy to also have it the same name as something out here. Because there's weird names for cities out there. I can't like think of it right now, but there's one in particular I'm thinking of. But you know, it's meant to symbolize the fact that, you know, the whole place is connected, union. All the cities in Mother 1 are, you know, holidays, I think. But yeah, anyways, off topic, let's continue. So we know this cave. After going through this cave, we come through here. I don't know if you've seen this, but this reminds me of the bottom of Onette, as I said before. Come down. Ooh. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, so, I mean, they did even talk about, like, hey, let's give you some interesting scenery. They definitely do that. I like that. I like this. This is fun. We don't get to see the music, though, but I'm guessing that it'll be some really loved music. I'm guessing people will really end up loving the train music. Because they've really made this train ride a really monumental part of the series. So I really hope that, you know, if it's going to be a big icon of Mother 4, which it really looks like it's going to be, then I hope we're going to get some nice music. Anyways, and there's our destination. Let's just read this dialogue again. Alright, so there's the deluxe pass into effect, but yeah. So that's pretty much this update, and I really do like it. It's showing off one of the more iconic parts of Mother 4 that they never really delved into, so I do like that. Let's come into here. This looks awesome. I like the way the train reminds me of a bigger and slower and extended version of the train rides in Earthbound Beginnings. Oh, how did I not think of... How did I not think of that? Keep up the excellent work, Mother 4 team. Hope the rest of this game is just as good. Oh my god. Oh god, there's ones in your exclamation points. America. This looks really awesome. I rarely comment, but I love these updates. Pleiades, the most visible star cluster to the naked eye in the night sky. I almost said the night eye in the naked sky. Well then. Whew! And one of the closest constellations to Earth. This star cluster contains type B stars, which are famous for having a luminous blue glow. In one of the trailers for Mother 4, specifically the Mother 4 gameplay trip, I think I already know what he's talking about. A single fight mysteriously plays... Yeah. It's the modern mind battle that he's talking about. A single fight mysteriously plays after what seems to be the ending of the video, showing a character that quite frankly resembles what might be a star of Pleiades. 9 stars of the constellation are considered special as they are the brightest stars, blah blah blah. So yeah, he's talking about the modern mind thing. It'll be interesting to see if this type of stuff plays into the mythology of the game. The interesting thing about Mother 4 is it doesn't have to rely on the rest of the series to make Mother 4 what it is. It doesn't have to rely on the stories of Mother 1, 2, or 3. 3 relied on 2, not in a bad way at all. 3 is one of my favorite games ever. But, you know, putting Porky in, and, they put Porky in just, you know, to explain some stuff in Earthbound. Or no, to explain what he's been doing between Earthbound and Mother 3. But Mr. Saturn's were in there just as an iconic feature of the series. That's the same thing as in Mother 4, except this time they don't need to rely on any plot things before. Meaning they can go with something completely different. The theming can be a little different. The theming isn't completely different. The theming of Mother 4 is like almost the exact same as the rest of it. But they can put in mythological references and make that their whole premise, which is nice. Strong enough to walk across the rails is the difference between getting wrecked by the train and causing the train wreck. Ha! Oh! Wait, let me read this again. Strong enough to walk across the rails is the difference between getting wrecked by the train and causing the train wreck. Okay, so he's saying that, if you are on the rails, then the train will still be going across the rails. So basically, if you're on the rails, well, this comment kind of says something. Level 1, train hits you, you get game over. Train hits you, you got ballooned to the beginning. Train hits you, change rails, and you don't get a scratch. So this guy is assuming that the train still goes on the tracks, even though, you know, you're not on there. That could very well be the case, because there are... Ooh, that's interesting. Because there are the caves where you can just, like, go to above and below the railroad tracks, just in case you hear, like, a... Which I'm assuming, if we're going by this guy's logic. But there was also that steel bridge where, no, you can't do that. And, just in case, let me pause this. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, yeah. You can't go left and right, up and down above that. But I'm assuming that the train won't go, since it seems... Because, you know, if you're just going along the train tracks and you find enemies on there, you don't... The train's probably not going to go right then and there, like, on top of you and the enemies. After all, when you're on the railroad using the train, there's no enemies on the railroad, so yeah. I don't think this guy, I don't think this is what we're going by, but it's a really interesting concept, and I actually I'd be appreciated if, like, we walk through caves and all of a sudden we just hear, like, I feel like we had something like that in Mother 3. Something like that somewhere. There was something along the lines of, like, having to get out of the way of... It's something like that. There was something like that. Anyways, I can't make sense of the three-dimensional space using the screenshot with a waterfall. Alright? If not, sorry, I know what he's talking about, but I'm not going to go back up. If Nintendo releases Mother 4 for the Wii U, which they will not, I'll buy it. Like, I'll go out and buy a Wii U. I bought a new 3DS just to play Earthbound. You hear that, Nintendo? I'll buy your commercial failure if you publish Mother 4. I'll buy your commercial failure if you publish Mother 4? What? What do you mean commercial? I already have Wii U. Anyway, I mean, seriously, I'm not the... well, it's a fan game. I'm sorry, bro, but... They wouldn't go that far. I highly doubt they would go that far. And it's not even me, like, I don't even want to go, like, into wishful thinking. I'm like, well, they might... They won't. They straight up won't. I hope we can get hit with the train and die. Okay, so apparently it was a thing in Mother 3. How do I not remember that? Okay, so, well, I mean, I did kind of remember it. I was saying, like, there was that time where you have to go up and down. So it might have been in Chapter 3? Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to remember what he means by that. No, how do you get to Murasaki Forest? Do you go there by train? Because you go there in chapter 4, I think. No, you wake up in the... I'm confused, but you know what I mean. You kind of know what I mean, hopefully. If you guys remember what the whole deal about Mother 3 and trains was. Anyways, I haven't played it in a long time, but it is still one of my favorite games out there. I hope we can get... yeah. Oh my goodness, can't wait to play. I'm so excited to play this game. I never felt so impatient in my pathetic life. Great job. I love these updates. Okay. Alright then. So... you get the point from there. You get the general consensus that... Oh gosh. Oh no. You get the general consensus that is... I want this game. It is a huge thing. A lot of people do want it. And... if I'm being honest, it's really growing. I'm really happy with where it's going. And interestingly enough, near the end of this update, they actually kind of give... this isn't what they mean. But they kind of give a sense of, oh my god, we're close to the end of the development cycle. Which is, with that, we're pulling into the, until the whole country of Pleiades is connected by rail. That kind of makes a feel like they're giving you the sense of the whole world is connected. Which is an amazing freaking thought, because, god, I want it. Ah! So guys, thank you guys so much for watching this Mother 4 update. We pretty much got all this new information on all these different update stuff. We got this new railroad. We got a big sense of what the world is like. And I am really happy with that. And some general theories coming to the travel. So that definitely isn't something minor. I hope you guys enjoyed and make sure to stay tuned because on the 29th/30th, we're going to be showing update number 18 off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more on Mother 4 and all other things Nintendo. I'm the Sky Spire, and until then.